Hey geeks, welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Unboxed. I am Lou, and today we have guest collector
Michael.
Guzman. Mike,
Caught me off guard there, man. Caught me off guard.
your name went blank. I was like, you're like I didn't say Hector Guzman.
I'll go by Hector, PD, whatever you want. It's fine.
Hey, Mike here is a longtime fan of geek culture and collector, and so we had a little get together tonight. If you didn't see our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle unboxing, Devastator is in the house. So we are going to do that review next. But right now, we are with the XM Studios Red Hulk. This is Mike's first unboxing of an actual XM Studios piece. Mike, tell us about your experience.
Really exciting. I mean, seeing the size of the actual box it came in, I was a little just in awe with it. And then seeing the detail and how it's packaged, I thought, okay, it's going to be real easy getting it out. But no, they packed it really, really tight, really well for travel and everything too. Getting it out, assembling it with you guys was something. Seeing all the pieces fitting together and everything too. Feeling the actual weight of it is mind-boggling on how much this weighs too. So yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Talk about the detail. You were really enthralled about, the detail that they put into this piece.
Right. So like how we were putting it together and everything too, we noticed a lot of the stuff, like especially like the sandbags, his actual hat, the glasses, the base itself. I mean, all those little details, they generally get overlooked. They actually went above and beyond. The look, the feel, everything looks fantastic on those and everything too. The color of the actual pants, that's something that you and I talked about.
We'll talk about shortly,
and everything too. But as far as everything else, I mean, the look of the ground and everything too, still just trying to figure out what exactly he's stepping on. That's the only like scratching my head on. But everything else though looks awesome though.
Pose, muscularity, scale. Talk to me.
So yeah, generally, I mean, you think of Red Hulk, you think of the size, the girth of him and everything too, and they got that down, I think, personally. As far as like his actual bulk and everything too, the veins popping out on each one, looking at the coloration and everything too, to help distinguish between the red and the actual vein color, adding just that little like tint of like yellow gold to it so they really pop out. And then like how we were talking about too, was just the actual skin tone, the look of the actual muscle development and everything too. How he's turning position, the stance and everything too. Stuff that you would actually think that if you did it yourself, you would see those folds in your own skin as well. The hair, like how we were talking about too earlier, the hair having that buzz cut and everything too, that crew cut, that looks awesome and everything too. The face though, that's where we're really just like drawing to. That smirk is cool and everything because it has that cocky, look to the Red Hulk, but it's just something about the face that just keeps drawing me to look at it just like, I don't know, but that's a minor thing for me at least. Pants, again, awesome. I love how they look, the shred look and everything too, the coloration and everything too. And as far as like the seams, everything else, I personally, once we assembled it, couldn't tell like where everything was put together. They did a really, really well job of assembling this and everything too, I think, personally.
Of making it seamless and the details. I'll expand upon what we're saying. So one of the things all three of us like, Diego's here, he's on camera. Turn it. All right. One of the things that we really liked is the detail and texture in the skin. There are certain parts that they really got in there, and you can actually see like where stretch marks would be right here under the left arm. You can see the detail in the skin as it's expanding. And then of course, from when you pull out and you see, you can see most of the striations, the muscle striations. But like we were debating as we were looking over him, the thing is, you've got all this muscular definition, but then in certain parts, he's kind of chunky. And so for me, that doesn't mix. My biggest one that I didn't like was I didn't like how big the right lat looks. It just, for all the muscularity we got going on, this just seems overdeveloped right here. Now everything seems, you've got your traps right there, you've got your individual muscles here, and you see the striations. Like, this dude does hellified pull-ups, and then of course you've got the your spine and the two muscles right there. But it looks way overdeveloped. And I know and I understand that the Hulk is always growing and getting bigger, but for me it looks off. And I wasn't completely sold on this piece. I did like the way it looked. That's why I ended up getting it. By the way, I've got to remember to say that, you know, we want to give a big thanks to Comics Elite. Comics Elite actually provided us with the Red Hulk to review for them. They also have one in store, so if you guys are familiar with the awesome comic shop in Indiana, be sure to stop by. You can see this in person, maybe even pick it up and add it to your collection, if Sean will let it go. But the detail is amazing. Like Mike said, you know, you got General Ross, Thunderbolt Ross hat. That's pretty cool. You've got the sunglasses here. For me, the nice touch, you get the little metal display stand. You get a little metal card on a plastic display stand. That's pretty nice. And then, of course, usually I start off in the beginning, but I missed it. An awesome, and it's on good cardstock. An awesome Red Hulk print that, you know, pretty much looks like that. Exactly like the statue looks. And then, excuse me. And then, of course, you've got how it looks on the inside of the packing, which I'll expand upon briefly. This round, because the last XM we had was the Lizard, it looks like XM changed the black packaging. It used to be more kind of a cardboardish. It was more firm. Now they went with the PVC or plastic. I'm not exactly sure what that material is called. Usually you see it in like signs, you know, plastic signs and stuff. It feels really cheap. I really miss the old packaging, but I do understand that they probably did it to reduce the weight to keep the cost down for collectors. But I'm just saying, I prefer the old black packaging to the new black packaging. Do you want to add something?
This was my first time seeing that, so unfortunately I don't know exactly what you're talking about, but I mean, I can only see, like, yes, if it was old school cardboard stuff like that, just that sturdiness of it and everything too. But if you're looking to cut down costs, try to save, you know, a penny or two, $1 here, then yeah, I said go for it. But
we gotta find another way. The old packaging was classy. I liked it. Hell, I still have my Thanos box in my closet. It just looks nice sitting there. It just looks cheaper, and it was a little harder to actually get out. Diego and I were working to get it out compared to the previous ones. What was the other thing I was gonna say? Black packaging.
The assembly on YouTube.
Right. So the assembly too, which I found, again, being the first time and everything too, they actually have a little QR code that you can scan, and it goes to the YouTube channel and everything too. It pulls up all their statues, and then it gives you detail by detail, step by step, pieces taken out, assembly. Actually made it really, really easy to make sure you got all the pieces in the right place and everything too. So that's something that's cool that I wish a lot of other companies would do too, especially on big statues like this, rather than just the paper instruction.
Mm-hmm. Well, you'll see that with the next one. The next one also has a very good cardstock instruction manual to put together. Devastator. That's going to be cool. The other thing I wanted to add on packaging was something I saw on Gemman Collectibles. Yes, we watch other YouTube channels. He actually photoshopped an image of the Hulk on the cover of the black packaging at the beginning, and it looked really cool, and I was really hoping that's how the packaging was, but I realized that he put it on there. That was a cool idea, Gemman. I hope XM follows up with that, because while you don't need a 4-sided color box, just a little bit of color makes it pop. So, anything else you want to add, Mike, before we close out here?
Well, I know just the only thing that I personally, and I don't know we really talked about, but being that the character, General Ross and everything too, the pants.
Oh yes, the camouflage pants.
Camouflage pants. I mean, like how we talked, you have the hat, you have the glasses. The pants itself are awesome, the shred and everything too, the detail, the wear, the tear and everything. But I would have preferred something military, you know, a little bit more. The camo pant, the, you know, OD green, something, not just like basically look like blue jeans.
Yep. And I think all three agreed, right? You agree, Diego? Yeah, he should have had ripped camo pants, not ripped blue jeans. We didn't understand the purpose of that, especially when you've got his military hat with his 4 stars there. The pants should have definitely been camouflage. So, you know, again, small misses, nothing completely to say, don't get this statue. It's a big statue. It's a cool statue. It's one of the more detailed Red Hulks out there. There are about 4 or 5 other licensed produced Red Hulk statues by other producers. Out of the ones that I've seen, this is the more detailed. So it really depends on the look and style you like and the size. Rats, I didn't bring the measuring tape, so I can't give you a breakdown. I'm gonna say it's not gonna fit in a Besta, But definitely look online. The measurements should be on XM Studios. But for this edition of Geek Culture Unboxed, we'll see you geeks next time.